Good morning, everyone. Today is the 30th of January 2023. Monday morning. Happy Monday to everyone. I hope you all are having a good week so far. It's a little after 7 o'clock here in the morning. You know, we can look at our lives and it's pretty evident that God has had a hand in our lives, isn't it? What do they call that? They call it providence. Providence. The definition of providence is the protective care of God. God has granted His people His spiritual care. The hand of God is referred to many, many times throughout the Bible. We see the hand of God on many of His people's lives demonstrated throughout Scripture. Joseph told his brothers, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." We see the hand of God on Samuel, how his mother brought him to the temple at a very early age and dedicated him to the service of God. Well, events in our lives point to the provident hand of God. As many of you know, I was involved in a federal case lawsuit against the state of Missouri for my wrongful termination as a social worker back over 25 years ago. And that court battle lasted 5 years, but the hand of God was on the proceedings of those events, and He wrought us a great victory. Psalm 123:2, "Behold, as the eyes of the servants look upon the hand of their masters, and as the eyes of a maiden unto the hand of her mistress, so our eyes wait upon the Lord our God, until that He have mercy upon us." God not only foresees what happens, but He actually orchestrates what happens. Deuteronomy 3:24 says, "O Lord, Thou hast begun to show Thy servants Thy greatness, and Thy mighty hand, for what God is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to Thy works, and according to Thy might." Well, I'm glad that God is active in the lives of His people. He is not standing by with His hands folded, but He's very active. Ezra 6:12, "God that hath caused His name to dwell there, destroy all kings and people that shall put to their hand to alter and destroy this house of God which is at Jerusalem." Well, we not only acknowledge the provident hand of God, but we can see it daily in our lives. We can see events that have happened in our lives that demonstrate His power. We can also see the effect of the prince and the power of the air that works in the children of disobedience. That's why we're told to put on the whole armor of God, that we may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Welcome aboard, Samir. Good to see you this morning. Put on the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit. But God is active in the lives of all of His creation. He feeds the beasts of the field. He gives the sparrow their food. If He cares about the sparrow, how much more will He care about you and me? There have been many times in my life when I know that God has intervened and His hand has been on me and protected me from being in car wrecks, from veering off the side of the road, from the evil onslaughts of the wicked one. I could tell you a lot of stories during that 5-year case against the state of Missouri, how God intervened over and over and over again. This gives us proof that God is our Father, that we can call Him Abba Father if He has intervened for us. It's good to remember those times when God has intervened for us and come to our defense, as it were. All things are wrought by God. The Bible tells us that even the bounds of our habitation are in His hands. In Him we live and move and have our very being. That doesn't mean all things are pleasant, but it does mean that God is superintending in our lives. So this morning, let us remember the great things God has done for us. Let us also always remember the many blessings that He showered upon us. We have a warm place to sleep. We have food. We have clothing. We have shelter. We have friends. We have family. God has given His nurturing protection and love over our lives. May the good Lord be with you today in a special way, is my prayer. Never forget the provident hand of God. God bless.